reflections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Hi everyone, this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and it's Monday night, which means it's time for Guess What Sold This Week on eBay. Now I do this every Monday night, almost every Monday night, and it's to highlight the things that I sell in my shop, or that have sold in my shop, my eBay shop, during the previous week. I don't spend a whole lot of time talking too much about the items because I do that in my thrift haul videos. So if you see anything that you'd like to know more about, feel free to go back into the archive if you have nothing else to do, or if you've broken your leg and are just sitting there mindlessly passing time. Feel free to check out some of those old videos. Before I show you what I sold this week, it was a slower week than it's been. I only sold maybe 8 or 9 items. I usually sell close to 20. But that did afford me the time to do a lot of listing, a lot of photography, things that I needed to list. So I was actually able to add about 60 items of inventory to my listed in my shop, which was good. And I've also been told, you know, I just opened up my shop in January, so this is going to be my first full year. I've never sold during the summer before. And I've been told, look out, because August is poo-poo and things slow down in the summer months. So far, things have been good. This is the first week of summer, so I know we're just getting started, but we'll see what happens as we move through the summertime. I did thrift late today, around 5 o'clock or so, and I picked this guy up. Now, I'm a big coffee and tea drinker. Coffee in the morning and tea at night. So I only found 1 cup and 1 saucer, but do you recognize the pattern? Yes, I know some of you are shouting at the screen. What is it? You know, I almost didn't buy it. It's Anchor Hocking in the sandwich pattern, and it's in that forest green color. If you remember, I had a whole lot of forest green charm, which is also Anchor Hocking, and I just listed all of that yesterday. This, which I've never bought before, sells very well. I think a cup and saucer, 1 cup and 1 saucer could be $20 to $25. So these are for you. Now, I showed you this a few minutes ago, and I said, this is an Anchor Hocking forest green sandwich pattern cup and saucer, and it is. And that it should sell for maybe $20 to $25 online. Why is that? Most Depression era teacups like this don't sell for that much money. So I went on eBay to check and see, and there were a ton of tumblers. There were a ton of little custard cups with little underplates, and they weren't selling for much. The dinner plates, the big like 8 or 9 inch dinner plates, sell for $90 to $100 each. And certain other items, such as just a few weeks ago, 4 teacups and saucers sold for $150. Didn't include shipping. Why is that? Here's your answer. I went and checked one of my books. This particular book, and this is not a commercial for the authors, but I'm going to give them credit. It's Mozzie's Depression Glass, Barbara and Jim Mozzie. It's one of the Schiffer collector books. Gene Florence, of course, I guess is the king of Depression Glass, and he wrote several books. They're still out there. This is a 2008 book. I don't buy it for the values, I buy it for the pictures. So anyway, here is an explanation as to why there are a ton of tumblers, a ton of custard cups, but hardly any teacups and saucers or like plates. Here's an explanation. So let me read this to you. It's story time. All right, depression glass was often free with the purchase of a good or a service. Such is the case with the Quaker Oats Company. All right, so the Crystal Wedding quick cooking oats were packaged, and in the package came one of the following pieces. Quote, the new forest green glassware. And inside would be a custard cup, and it talks about the smooth rim and the diameter, a juice tumbler, or the custard liner, which I'm guessing the custard liner would have been the little underplate under the custard. The back of the oat container boasts, this package contains a beautiful piece of glassware. The cost of the ware is included in the price of the package, and we hereby authorize your grocer to show it to you. So there you have it. People were buying the oats and getting the free custard cups, the free little underplates, the free tumblers, but apparently it was not a part of the deal to put cups and saucers into the thing of oats. I guess it just didn't fit. So folks got the free glass. Looks like very few of them actually went out and bought the cups and the saucers. So there are a lot fewer of them. The offer would have been in the 1940s when sandwich was introduced, at the time when colored glassware was considered old-fashioned and outdated, and the new modern trend was clear glass. Blah, 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 blah. Forest green was introduced and then abandoned as an unsuccessful line. Consumers simply didn't like the way food looked when served on dark green glassware. So you had to buy it. You didn't get it free in Quaker Oats. And apparently, folks were not happy with looking at their pork chops and their meatloaf on green glass plates. We feel a little bit differently about it today, I guess. But that explains why there's more of those and why they cost more. So I hope you enjoyed story time. This is Scott from the All right, I'm really stalling here, as you can tell. 2 minutes in. Let's see what sold. So I need to move myself over there. And you'll see the first thing is a set of 4 Jeannette Hazel Optic. Hex Optic, what do you call these? Anyway, they're tumblers by Jeannette. I'll think of it in a minute. Hex Optic, I think it is, honeycomb tumblers. The 4 of them sold for $19. And then I broke one. So I had to write to the guy and say, I broke one of your tumblers. I'll do a full refund, or I'll take like $5 or $6 off, and I'll just send you the 3. He said, send me the 3. So I did that. That's the first time I've broken someone's stuff before I mailed it to them. I sell Christmas all year long, and this set, which doesn't want to come up, there it is. Very nicely made set of, this isn't Noritake, it's Nor Crest. Aren't these nice? And this is good china. It was heavy, maybe even bone china. 4 Christmas cups and saucers. They sold for $22. I sold my McKee sailboat, red sailboat bowl. And things are taking a hot minute here to load for some reason tonight. This bowl, there it is. That's, you can see the decal is not bad. There is a little bit of loss to it. It's not perfect, but I would call that respectable. $32. And this is the small bowl. This was the 7-inch bowl. So the 7-inch bowl might be the smallest one. My screen is really jumping around. And so that was only online for about a week. So I was happy to, and I paid like $2 for that at a thrift shop in North Philly. I sold 4 Indiana Carnival stems in the harvest grape pattern, the iridescent green. This is that 2nd generation Carnival glass, the Carnival glass that was produced in the 1960s. And somebody snatched those green guys up for $24.99. These I just thrifted about 2 weeks ago. and I sold my Blendo turquoise tumblers. These are way cool. I sold those for $32. For some reason, my everything is moving very slow tonight. It usually doesn't do that. I'm not sure why. I'll give you a good look at these. So an interesting thing, if you'll see behind the tumblers, do you see that turquoise fabric? If you're my age or older, you will remember chairs in the 1960s that were upholstered in that stuff. It was like very uncomfortable to sit on. It's not mohair, but it's kind of prickly, and I remember my grandfather's car was upholstered in stuff like that. That is actually off of the back of a great big chair that some animal tore up, and only the back of the chair was in good shape. The rest of the upholstery was trashed. I cut a big square of that vintage upholstery out and saved it, and I'm using it once in a while as a backdrop for things that I want to photograph. Just thought I'd let you know. And next up is a vintage something. Oh, a yellow Pyrex bowl. This one I sold for $10. You can see there are little nicks in the paint. I usually don't buy them when they're like that, but this little dash hound sold for 12 bucks. I think he was a made in Japan guy. And this is these Hazel Atlas nesting bowls I just picked up also, what, last week, maybe the week before, and they sold for, what was it, 32, 35 bucks. There would have been 5 of these. These are the 3 smallest, so there were 2 more larger than this. And all 3 of these were in excellent shape, and they're on their way to Connecticut, which is great because it's very cheap for me to ship right up to Connecticut. For $20, I sold a 25th anniversary 1960s wedding plate. If you watch me, you'll know, oh, I don't know, back in February, I was experimenting, and I bought 7 or 8 or 9 of these sort of anniversary plates, 10th, 50th, 25th, and so forth. They have been very gradually trickling out. I didn't expect them to do anything fantastic, so I probably won't be picking too many of these up, but that was only $1 and it sold for 20, so I can't complain much about that. Those are my sales for the week. So again, not that much, but that's okay. It's summertime, and it finally stopped raining here in the Northeast, so hopefully we're going to be able to get some flea markets next weekend. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching. I hope you have a great thrifting week or buying week or selling week. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and click the bell and you'll always know when I'm going to put out a new video. I do have a thrift haul to do for you, which I might get to tonight, so you might get your bell might ding later on. All right, folks. Thanks for watching, and so long for now.